the Game Corner, another video game podcast. I am one of your hosts, Harrison, and as you'll notice, we like to mix things up with who's actually on the podcast. So today I'm joined by... We didn't rehearse this.
We did not. Okay.
No,
yeah.
not at all.
I guess I'll go.
No clue.
Rowan, I am the Donductor on the Dondozo train as of today. We are missing Sheldon today because he's a little sick, but we've got two amazing guests to replace him today.
Who are you and how did you find your way into our studio?
Why are you in my house?
Why are you in our house?
So you sent me a link. I'm like, yeah, sure. That doesn't seem suspicious at all. I'm just gonna click it.
Oh, okay.
So for those who don't know me, my name is Cardinal Bull. We have Carl Wilkin with us as well. He's my fantastic co-host on Littleroot Lessons. We are a VGC centric podcast for Pokemon and everything. And yeah, it's fantastic to finally make it on. I know when when you all put out episode 0, I'm pretty sure I sent all of you a DM just like, hey, anytime you want us on, we'll figure it out.
And
so
honestly,
we only took like 4 months, something like that. I actually don't know how long it's been.
Whatever.
Way more than that. And also, after listening to our episode 0, you reached out. That's very brave of you. Our episode 0 was absolute trash.
Yeah.
I was actually...
See, so here's the thought process. You all have been supportive of us since forever. It felt only correct to also put out, support for you all immediately. Like it made sense.
We definitely appreciate it.
So
yeah, absolutely.
of course,
it's just really funny. I was actually thinking the other day, Rowan, that we should re-record an episode 0 part 2 or something.
0.2. Okay. Yeah.
Something. Well, no. Oh, don't get me wrong. We won't delete that other video. That's staying on the internet forever. It is just something like I don't know, a trailer type thing. Something better. I don't know. We still joke on the podcast that the three of us cannot talk and not talk over each other. It's fantastic.
See, that's something that Carl and I don't really have an issue with because it's two of us. So like if the other person's talking, it's just like, yeah, sure,
definitely
whatever.
harder with 3.
If you notice that the episodes we have
100%.
3 people, it's significant. I mean, 2 people. It's significantly better than 3. Cool. Hey, guess what? There's 4 of us here.
Yep. Not the most we've had.
There was supposed to be 5.
It was supposed to be 5. I was afraid of that. So parting the kimono a little bit. Oh, no, I froze again. What the heck was my video doing? Anyway,
You're fine.
Yeah, it came back. So anyway, we're using Riverside for the first time, and before we did, like up until 10 minutes before we started recording, we hadn't chosen to use Riverside, so we just got it, and I'm terrified of editing this at the end. It should be nice.
It can only end one of 2 ways, right? It'll either be the best episode ever, or a dumpster fire, and we'll have to re-record.
But I was also fearing editing together 5 streams of people, like 5 cameras, 5 audios.
This will make life easy.
Yeah, it should be very nice. So anyway, that's when I should say, like, support us on Patreon, because that's a subscription service. But that's for later.
That sweet $1 is gonna make a big difference in our production costs.
Yep.
You all have a Patreon?
As of last episode, we kind of shadow launched it.
Nice.
And we do have before the last episode actually aired or properly aired, we did get 1 whole patron.
Ooh.
So Neil, thank you so much.
It is something that Carl and I have debated on for like a year, 2 years now. It's just like, hey, should we do this?
You should do it. You can get maybe. At least $1.
Like, what are we gonna put on it? It's just like, I don't know. It's like,
does Patreon take taxes?
Okay.
Are we getting like 60 cents a month?
I don't know.
Probably, right?
But
combined, you're making 20 cents each.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. Yeah, I had to work a long time before I was seeing that kind of money. So,
to be fair, we also have no idea what we're going to do with it. We just said let's have it because we could have it because we could.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
And
there are some projects we'd like to do. Ultimately, they probably will end up being self-funded, but any little help we can get will be nice.
Yeah, and then our goal, I guess, since we're on the topic of this now, our goal is to throw it back into the podcast, right? So, like, for prize pools for tournaments, or I mean, Riverside is honestly part of it.
Yeah,
but whatever.
You know how we were talking about building, computers earlier? That's where our money's going, is to pay for Carl's computer.
Y'all, I didn't know this. Carl's got a freaking Threadripper. That's a beefy computer. It's a beefy computer to play Showdown on.
Yeah. That's about all I ever do with it. Showdown and edit videos.
Okay, but one of those is actually
unironically, yeah.
One of those is actually you needed a Threadripper for.
It's obviously Showdown.
Yeah, Showdown takes so many resources.
Have you seen the graphics? They're immaculate.
Hey, at least it has graphics. PokePace doesn't have pics for all the new Pokemon yet, which is upsetting. It does me a tear.
Look, I don't think they're like the old items. I don't think all the old items ever got added.
Oh, that's true. I've noticed
Yeah,
that.
we're gonna be
So,
waiting a minute. Picolytic still doesn't have like most of the stuff. Like, it's rough.
Yeah.
I actually haven't even been on Picolytic since the new gen launched.
It was a,
Like some-
it
how
was
bad
a
is it?
wild place.
It's a little
before
better on the
rules came
browser.
out.
It's not really there on the app. So like every so often I get to like, oh, I'm like really mad that these tools aren't up to date yet. And then I remember that I had like 3 different like projects based on the Showdown API like in the back burner that I just like, no, I'm not working on this. I don't feel like it.
Yeah, it's not right.
What are you doing?
We'll get there eventually.
I
need to
had
talk
ideas.
offline. What
I
are you
was
doing?
yeah. I can share my code base with you. It's maybe
would
we'll
love that.
spit something out eventually.
Anywho,
But yeah, okay. So
We have
on
guests.
like actual VGC, which some of us, like all of us, hopefully ostensibly play. So Harrison, Sheldon, and I all got our start on Pokesports, but y'all were like pretty much there from the beginning and stuck through it. Like when people were just not really thinking about playing anymore, like in that like really slow period in the middle of Sword and Shield, like I had trouble with motivation during that, and y'all just kept going and kept hosting tournaments, doing team leagues and draft leagues and all kinds of wacky stuff, and it was honestly what kept me going on VGC during those like the latter couple of years where things were getting pretty slow. And
you say latter couple of years. You know, there's only 3 of Swish, right?
Yes, I'm fully aware.
Okay, so the last 2/3.
After like 6 months after the second DLC dropped, the whole game was just kind of like you're either super into this or you're waiting for Gen 9, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and
100%.
Yeah. And y'all are like pretty much the reason why I was one of those weirdos who was super into it for the full 3 years. So and like the whole like the invitational and the circuit and all that was like honestly highlight. I now I'm like entering all these leagues and trying to see like what like accomplishments you're supposed to put down, and that's the only grassroots event I'll ever actually write in there. But I guess what's the plan for Gen 9?
Oh goodness.
So as of now, we are working on bringing back the circuit for this next year. It's going to probably be launched sometime in like January. So after season 1 of the Invitational, season 2 kind of just died off. It didn't really do anything. And I think a big part of that was just like players weren't interested in playing, Series 12 for another 6 months.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of why the series didn't go anywhere. And so with the release of Gen 9, people are really, really loving this stuff. Our numbers are phenomenal right now. Like, insanely phenomenal. And I'm really hoping that with that comes a huge burst of people who want to play on events again. And so we haven't nailed down specifics as to what's going to happen yet, but yeah, there's definitely going to be at least another invitational circuit and everything going, but details are going to be hashed out soon.
Yeah. We got a week.
We should probably figure that out.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot, by the
Nah,
way.
you're
We
fine.
haven't
No,
planned our
I
first battle corner yet either. It's kind of hard. Like honestly, not many people have like competitive stuff built. If I was going to enter a tournament today, it would be with a rental code, 100%.
Yeah.
That's
like
exactly what.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't even beat the game. So.
Okay. Like my like less than above board means of getting teams is not even available yet. So yeah, I'm going to be.
Yeah,
I've had some issues getting anything together. Like
I did the Victor Road tournament this past weekend, and
did you use a rental or did you actually have something built?
I used a rental because
Okay.
I was like, I barely had time this week and with work and stuff to practice as much as I wanted to. I picked a rental, I think Thursday night to use, practice with it all through Friday, and then went 5-4.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
I mean, two of my wins were no shows, but I'm not going to say that.
You
out
don't.
loud.
You don't say that.
That
You don't
doesn't
say that.
We don't care about
don't.
that. We care
It's
about
5-4.
overall record.
I only lost 4
Exactly.
times in a 9-round tournament.
There we
There you
go.
go.
No, it was fun though. I mean, like, but to your point, I was sitting there and I was like, oh, I can, like last week, I can build up a team for this. No problem, whatever. I don't know what I want to play. And then when I actually started to try and build something, I was like, I don't have the time for this. I am a working adult. That does not work out for me.
Well, every team runs Golden Go, so you can start
Yeah.
with hunting down 1,000 coins. Good luck.
That's
I think I'm at 120.
Yeah, I've
maybe?
got a few hundred, but it's going to be a minute. And I was like, man, if I want to run hyper off, I'm going to San Diego at the end of the month. I really need to start grinding or just pray that someone gives me a team because it's going to. I'm playing a lot of Showdown and I haven't touched my Switch since I saw the credits.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I
have 100 hours in the
didn't
game.
even start that grind.
100 is.
I think I'm at like 20.
100 is both a lot and a little, even
Yeah.
for at this point in time for people like us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some people have gone nuts. I know I'm on the Georgia, like the Georgia VGC server. There's a few people who have already hunted down like the majority of the shiny decks already. Like,
No.
Insane.
Yeah.
Just genuinely
I
insane.
will say shiny hunting
dude,
is great in this game, though. It's so much.
I know
much nicer.
it's a lot better with the sandwiches and all. Yeah, but the idea that you could have almost 400 shinies unique is actually nuts to me. I don't understand.
I haven't even made a sandwich yet. So
I also did the entire game without opening up Picnic once. It
Yes.
did not call to
Yep.
me.
My first picnic was post game.
Same.
And I was like, well, I mean, I guess I may as well do it. It's useful for breeding. Well, I guess that's what we have to breed. But like egg power sandwiches helps for that. It's still weird to me that I just set it up on my Switch, put it down, come back in 15 minutes,
Yeah,
and then I have a
just
bunch of
walk away.
eggs.
Yep.
I'm like, that feels a little bad, but whatever.
And it's like, we don't like grinding. It's like, but you like just leaving your video game console on for an hour, right? And I'm like, oh, that's what I like. Yes, thank you, Daddy Nintendo for that. Like,
I like passive things. But like it's that also feels weird just to be like, I'm not gonna play my game.
I mean,
Well-
is it really any better than rubber banding your joysticks in
Yeah,
opposite directions and waiting for your guy to run around and start? Like, I tried to get a few of my
No, that's why I have this thing.
I tried to get a few of my friends into VGC, like when I first started getting into it in Gen 8. And I was like, yeah, it's like super easy now compared to like the old days. You just start by like, here, I'll give you one of these perfect dittos, and then you just breed it, and then you run in circles for like 10 minutes, and they told me to turn it off like on the spot. I'm like, well, now you just leave it there. So that's maybe better, question mark. But
Yeah.
I mean, part of the building a team experience now is putting your Switch down and watching Netflix or scrolling through Twitter for 15 minutes, and that's great. It's a built-in part of your experience.
it's
Again,
time to go to
thank
the
you,
Pokemon
Nintendo.
Center and buy some expensive merch, get back to your game. Yeah.
That's what they really want you to do. Yes.
They should put links in there, like just
Dude,
add,
they really should. They
put
should
in ads
advertise
while you're
it
waiting for your eggs.
in game.
On the
Hire us,
Pokemon
Nintendo.
centers.
We
Yes.
will work part time for you. Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, we could. Yeah, I would love to
New
do
marketing
that.
team.
So that's our expertise. Look at the success of our very infertile podcast.
I mean, how hard would it be to just have like a little QR code there on like each of the Pokemon centers that you can just
They
scan?
have ads on the
and then it
Pokemon
takes you to the
centers, but
website.
they're not ads. They're just fake ads. Make them
They're
real
fake
ads. That's better.
Be like, hey, Fuecoco plushies are out now. Go buy
Yeah.
one.
Already did. Right there.
Yep.
I love him.
On it.
Oh wow! Wow!
fantastic.
Good job. That is like you are on your merch game.
Yeah. And then a friend of mine, this one right here is a 3D printed one.
Cute.
He 3D printed in color.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's
Fuecoco.
matching colors and everything.
Okay, hold up.
See, I can see it from here. We get to zoom in.
Look at this little dude.
That is so
like-
cute.
Dude, that's
Oh,
adorable.
Yeah.
That's not the 3D printed one.
This is 3D printed.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I should do the
Yeah,
makeup.
that's
the
insane.
makeup YouTuber thing of like put the hand there. Yeah.
It's actually surprisingly like simple. So if you have a 3D printer, we were playing a Pokemon D&D campaign at one point, and a friend of ours has a 3D printer, and he was just getting the models ripped directly from the 3DS games and like printing them directly,
Oh, interesting.
and we just used those as the minis. It was great.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I'm pretty sure this model is one that like someone made and he just took and put color to it. But yeah, I'll put a link to a shop down below.
Here's a fun fact for you. Fuecoco and Sprigatito are both sold out. Quaxley is not.
That does not surprise me.
Sucks to
I'm not
suck,
surprised.
Quaxley fans.
Do you know Quaxley is the most requested starter to get in the trades? For starter
Because
trades?
no one has it.
Because no one has it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's fantastic.
Christ. Okay, I'm gonna die here. All right, so I'm gonna attempt to rerail us with actual topics, and then we're gonna immediately veer off.
That's
how this works.
That's fair.
Here's my next attempt.
We'll see how long we
right.
stay on topic.
I don't know. I've been outside of the world for the last 2 weeks traveling, so I don't know even what we talked about in our last podcast. So I was working and then going out every day for travel for work stuff, and then I was on a ship in the Caribbean for a week. So
podcasts are in the
Counterpoint.
format where you can listen to them while you're doing other things.
it's generally
Yeah, okay,
considered
counterpoint to
rude
that.
to listen to a podcast during a work meeting
That's
when
the
you're
best
there
time to
when you're
listen.
there in person,
Oh, okay, fair enough. I'll give you that.
So
and when the company paid for you to
Counterpoints to
stay
both
in
of
Times
these.
Square for a week.
Okay, that is pretty cool.
I hate listening to my own voice, so I'm not going to listen to
This
my
was
own
the
podcast.
one time where my voice wouldn't be in it. Normally, I agree.
Two
Yeah,
episodes
I
in a row.
should
Yeah.
catch up to our podcast that I was not on.
Give us
But I
those
didn't,
numbers.
because I'm
the other point I want to make is you said you don't know what you all talked about 2 weeks ago. I don't remember what we talked about Thursday when we recorded. So
And you were there. Okay, fair enough. So anyway, I don't know if we've covered the open team sheet
Nope.
debacle, because I think
We
that
have
is
not.
probably the biggest development in VGC for a minute.
Yeah.
Formats are formats, right? But the rule sets always change. But open team sheet has never happened before in official tournaments, to my knowledge.
Not that I'm aware of,
Outside
no.
of the Players Cup brackets, if I
Yeah.
recall,
Correct,
those
yes.
were open team sheet if you made it through the qualifiers. But yeah, I've never seen it before. I don't really know what to think, to be honest. I love fun tech and I love making teams with that stuff, but there is nothing more frustrating than losing to that after you've paid to travel to a regional. So I'm probably not going to look this gift horse in the mouth. I kind of like it, actually.
I think
Most of my losses on Showdown are you did have that Terra type. I guess the Dolphin does get haze.
the Dolphin gets haze.
It does get haze. I just
didn't know
lost a
that.
Dondozo game because the Dolphin that I thought I had
didn't-
pinned
I didn't
took
know
away
that.
my stats. Yeah.
I will say,
unpleasant.
Dondozo gets 10 times better with open team sheets. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You will love it.
Great. It's a lot easier to counter it though too, right? Because Steel is the Terra type that invalidates Amoongus, right? And some people just have clear smog Amoongus is this is my whale answer. If they go Steel, I guess I lose. But some people go Grass to get away on the Spore, and some people go Dragon just for more power on order up and resistances to all those types and stuff. I think it's gonna be really interesting. I don't know who's going to actually come out of it, but I do think that good stuffs are going to be better stuffs now.
Yes.
Oh
because of
yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think that was Carl and I's general consensus too. It's just people who are good are going to continue to thrive in this environment.
I think it'll be
And
more consistent.
You get a lot of these newer players who are really upset of this because that idea, like you said, of now my hidden tech is revealed from turn one. But at the same time, your hidden tech like that is better for these best of one situations where you can get people. You never have that
probably
feel
weren't-
bad moment of getting got.
You probably weren't beating Wolf in a best of 3 anyway, right? You might steal a game
Yes.
one, and you'd be like, I know your nonsense now.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, you need to be able to read those sheets and understand all of those interactions.
And
anyway.
analyze them.
Yeah, you need
Yeah.
to know that tech, right? It can still
And-
be there, and if
and
you're a
EVs
bad
aren't
player, you're
revealed,
not going
right?
to get it. EVs aren't
no
revealed, correct?
EPs.
Yeah. With that said, I do expect to see a lot of Murkrow, Garchomp, Golden Go,
Yeah.
choose 3, that kind of stuff. But
Hydreigon.
but yeah,
Whatever.
Hydreigon's it's so weird to me fairy. Nobody cares about fairy weaknesses anymore. You just throw a
You
Golden
just
Go
get a-
in
you just
there.
get
People aren't out here respecting
You
Sylveon.
just get
Yeah.
to change it. You just get to walk away from it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to fire type or steel type or poison type
Yep.
or whatever, and just ignore it.
Where's Togekiss when we need her?
Someone quote the Avatar intro here, is
When the world needed her most, she vanished.
only here to give us crit max starfalls.
That's the life I live for.
Yeah, my opinion though on all that is, even if whether it's good or bad, and I want to lean towards good that they have the open team sheets. I'm glad they at least kind of made a change to and said something about it against like the fact that people were kind of upset about it online, of like, oh man, open team sheets would be good because then you don't have this at least hidden Terra types, right?
Yeah. People were advocating for just the types being revealed, which I
think would have been fine.
There's something to be said for that, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I do think we needed at least that. If the Terra types were completely hidden, then there's some nonsense that you can pull. Like, even just something as simple. We were talking about this in a different Discord. Like something as simple as Hydreigon, it likes to go poison, fire, or steel, and all three of those are weak to ground, but levitate invalidates that. All three of those, apart from the ground shared weakness, have very different like type interactions, and you just kind of have to roll the dice and hope that you chose the right one when you target it, or that they're even going to click the button in the first place. But like.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's just part of it.
A very fair assessment. It's like, and I don't know how much you all follow like the Smokin leaderboards and tiers and everything, but they banned Dynamax in like the first like week and a half that it was legal, which like understandably so. In
singles especially, like they're obviously it very much is like the play to make. Like if you make the correct play, you win. But I mean, you can make that same argument in doubles, and like it was never banned there. Last week they put out a poll that they are probably going to suspect test Terra typing as well as like banning it. I'm just like, it's been less than a month. Yeah,
please calm down.
This is why I don't play Smogon, right? It's like that. For all the things that Nintendo does, like they're more on the side of not doing anything. I'm just like, y'all deal with it. And sometimes that does lead to some pretty oppressive metas. Like Zacian almost reached Incineroar levels of usage in Series 12, fine, right? But you don't end up just like being terrified of the new thing and just making it so you don't play with all the new toys. Like, why did we even go to Gen 9 then? Like, you also banned all the good mons too. Like, are they allowing Golden Go in there? I guess it's not as oppressive in singles, but...
it's actually like one of the most played Pokemon in singles
right
now.
Really? Yeah. It's not that shocking, but
it's very good. So the idea behind it is you're a ghost type who blocks both defog and rapid spin.
I forgot those.
So, like they just can't get rid of your hazards.
I see.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
It's just like cool.
So like there's two things that happened recently like that are just huge for this gen for me. It's like there's the open team sheet thing, right? And then there's also the banning the Paradox and sub legends, which to me apparently they did actually ban the Tapus in Gen 7, but I only started in Gen 8 and there was never a distinction between like legendary and not, right? It was only restricteds. So I spent a full week practicing my like hyper offense team that used like I think 4 of the 6 mons on it were ended up getting banned.
Well, that's the problem though, right? Because like everyone was doing that and there was we didn't know what it was going to be. So like like everyone just took the same lemming step off of the cliff there to be like, we're gonna presume that these legends are available, which isn't a bad.
Yeah, everyone made that assumption of the box legendaries are banned. We know that much.
Right.
Like they're not going to throw us right back into a restricted format.
When there's only two restricteds we have. Yeah. So yeah,
it makes sense that like this is what they want to do. They want like a more limited dex format. I'm completely fine with that. I very much prefer limited dex formats over, here's national dex, good luck, have fun. But at the same time, it does kind of create that feel bad of I just want to play with all the new Pokemon. Why can't I do that?
Especially when Paradox were like the big thing, right? Like it's all 100%. The coolest designs in Scarlet and Violet are those.
So like from my side, I'm all for it. Just like sure, whatever. I don't want to die to Fluttermane 20 times in the next 20 matches.
I want to click the thing. I want to click the move. I want to do the
thing. So I actually pose that the question here is: do we like the series format? Right, because that's how this lives. Right, it lives or dies by the series format because they can add things now as they do a 2-month. I think is this current series.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
I think
ends,
whether you like it or not.
It runs till the end of January.
Right, because Orlando is 2 days into the new series, so they better
So
they
good
better
luck.
be Series 1 still, or I'll be upset.
Like, so,
When we went to Collinsville, day 2 was Series 3 for Sword and Shield.
and did they do Series 3?
no.
No, for the main event, no, but all the side events, yes.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, it was a mess.
that's disgusting.
We
So, I mean, the
played
early-
a lot of Series 3 side events that day.
The early Switch series
We
were
spent the-
2 months, if I recall, right?
The early ones, up until
Right.
like the second DLC or whatever. It was.
thought
Whether
that's-
you
weren't
like
they
the
3?
series or not, like they are what saved the game.
They might have been 3.
Absolutely, and I agree with that wholeheartedly. Right, because without series, then the game would have died even faster because of it would have caught COVID. That's a morbid joke. I'm sorry, but it wouldn't have survived without the series, right? Like with how the pandemic affected all of the in-person events and canceling stuff, like all of that.
If people couldn't play Series 12 for 6 months, they definitely couldn't play Series 1 for 6 months either. Like they would have just given up.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you imagine the TED format for a year?
Oh my goodness.
That's what it would have had, though. It would have been that.
For sure.
Oh no!
Like,
You talk.
How much can you iterate on Togekiss, Excadrill, Dragapult? Good luck.
Well, Tyrannosaur's in there too, so you know.
Yeah, like there's
sorry.
4 of your 6 picked out for you already.
Then you have your Intimidator of choice, which is Arcanine. So you get 1 flex spot.
Look,
Good job, guys.
I just want to click Extreme Speed with Dragonite next to Chen Pao
Pow.
and watch everything disappear.
It's so good.
It was
It's
fun to
so
do.
good.
Yes.
Yep.
I can't argue with that.
I've been doing that this week. It's just like, ooh, click the button, do the thing, they go away. It's great.
Yeah, and so it will almost certainly just be so they can stretch it out, right? Because we know the DLC is coming. I think it was announced, and if it wasn't, it was definitely leaked aggressively.
Yeah, we know there's a DLC in the works
Yeah.
somewhere. Down
There's
the
a
line.
whole section of the map we can't get to for no
Exactly.
reason.
Yeah. So
it's fine. Game design.
there is DLC coming. God willing, it runs a little smoother than what we already have. Like it's going to take them a solid year to develop this. If I had to guess.
I am happy though. They did officially say, "Hey, this game needs fixing, and we want to fix it."
Yeah.
Not in
which
so
is
many
very
words,
nice.
but they pretty much admit it's like some players may not experience the optimal conditions.
I'm gonna find the actual thing because that was really fun to read.
Yeah, it was just a
I
little,
actually
it was
haven't
just a little
seen
paragraph.
this.
That's all it was, and it's just like, hey, we know there's a problem. We're working on it. Have
Yeah.
fun.
Thanks for your money.
Yeah, thanks for your money.
Which is more
Thanks for your $60. Some of you paid
Some of your
$120 for
or
this.
more. But
Yeah.
that's more than we've gotten from Nintendo or Pokemon or Game Freak
for
for
other
a
things,
lot of
yes,
things.
that is very true.
Well, that means it was that bad, right?
Yeah.
So bad they
it's
wrote
like-
2 sentences.
It's insane that I still think it's maybe the best games they've ever made, and they're this terribly not performant at all.
Just imagine how insane these games would have been had they been fully optimized when they were released.
It doesn't have to be good. It just has to be acceptable, right? Like give us some questionable textures, have it be 25 frames per second. I don't care. Just be stable, please.
Be
Yeah.
stable. It doesn't matter if it's. I mean, I prefer higher frame rates, but if it's not stable, it's not good. Stability is more important.
Correct.
And yet somehow we're still playing these a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of us, more than others, Carl.
Yeah. I don't have my Pokedex completed already, and probably 100 hours in the game. No, I don't have a problem. You have a problem.
Look, you're not the one clicking on a browser game emulating the actual game that you paid $60 for hours on end.
Also a fair point.
No, I do that at work.
I'm
and
about
get
to
paid
say, yeah,
for
I
it.
do that at work. I get paid for it.
I'm a little upset. My code's compiling a lot faster these days, so I was like, I used to have that excuse, and I was like, I can't finish the game in 5 minutes.
Darn.
So I've
Rowan, you need to play more hyper offensive teams.
There we go.
So
There
you
we
get
go.
more
Turn
games.
off
And that's the
animations.
solution.
no. The flip
Protect
side
is for losers. You don't know what you're doing if you need to protect.
Exactly.
No, y'all are going about this the wrong way. Rowan, write worse code that compiles slower.
More spaghetti.
More spaghetti. Hey, at least you're writing code.
He has a point.
For legal and my employment purposes, this is a joke.
Yes.
Oh, we're joking? Yeah. No, to be fair, I'm not. Okay, I'm not writing code right now. I'm researching, so I have to take mental breaks from like reading stuff and books and websites and testing stuff to go test teams on Showdown. Of course.
Yeah, of course.
That's how my work goes. We are aware that players may encounter issues that affect the game's performance. Our goal is always to give players a positive experience with our games, and we apologize for the inconvenience. We take the feedback from players seriously and are working on improvements to the games. There's your paragraph of what they wrote in the patch notes for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Like, it sounds about as like corporate nothing speak as you can physically get, but it is something. They would normally just not say anything. So
correct.
I guess I'll take it.
Yeah, we got acknowledgement. That's enough.
And that's huge.
Still better than Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I will take 100 Scarlet and Violets before I have to sit through Diamond and Pearl, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl again.
Although it's really moddable. I don't know if y'all have followed along like to the modding scene.
Oh, yes.
Like, after nobody was playing it
Dude,
anymore.
it's absurd.
People
Oh,
would
really?
just like add anything they want, like
Armored
custom
Mewtwo
animations,
looks
like
amazing.
yeah. Like you can
I
add.
have not seen this.
They've gone in and like, oh, dude, it's
you gotta go look at
genuinely
it.
a different game.
They've like
It's the game that people wanted it
they
to
made
be
the
on
following
release.
mons move to scale, like so you can have like
So Wailord's the size of a city. It's fantastic.
I love this. This is great.
I'm genuinely surprised you haven't seen this
Well,
yet.
I bounced off Brilliant Shining Diamond Pearl so fast. I streamed like I think 1, maybe 2 gyms of it, and I was like, I made a promise. I will only play this on stream, and I have not touched it since.
I guess I'm never gonna stream again.
I'm never gonna I'm never gonna
never
stream
gonna
that game again.
Yeah.
I did my one Nuzlocke, and I haven't touched it since.
It's actually impressive since they actually EV trained the Elite Four on this one. I just played my like I was genuinely done with it, but I always finish like get to credits, and so I was I think over 10 levels under leveled when I was at Cynthia, and that was horrible. I think the only reason I beat it was nasty plot, like just boosting.
Yeah, you just set up
like,
and just
yeah. Like
I just really like the phrase "over 10 levels under leveled." That is some bad English. I like it.
well, how would you say it?
No, it's not bad on your part. It's bad on English's part.
yeah.
There's not a
okay.
better way to say that.
Yeah. I was about to say
I
that's
guess
just
at
an English
least
thing.
10 under.
Yeah. No, I think she was in the 60s and mine were at like 49, 50 ish. Like it was rough, but it turns out 4 nasty plots on a Miss Mages still kills things.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
My solution to that was I duped rare candies.
Let me tell you about getting into all of the glitches and dupes and things for BDSP. I was part of our attempted draft league.
You could dupe boxes in 5 minutes,
Yeah.
if that.
Really?
It was
It was
easy.
absurd.
I'm so sad that it never got to official formats for VGC. Oh no.
Okay, no, that was an amazing competitive format actually.
The format was
the games
fantastic.
are garbage. The format was actually amazing. I had
Yeah,
a lot of fun in the
format
draft
was
league for
great.
that.
I
and,
loved
like,
it.
Well, it's not like we don't have experience with really glitchy games for competitive right now. I'm proud of this. My first round of Victory Road this weekend, I think I found a new bug. I haven't seen this
I
bug
saw
reported.
that.
Yeah, I have
saw
not
it.
seen that
I
bug
have
reported. Did you watch the video? It's
I did.
disgusting. Oh man, I hate that. You just couldn't see the game.
Yep. Just
And that the background for the poker portal, that blue picture, it was just that was the field that I saw, and then some text.
Yep.
So now every time I'm loading into something and I see that screen, I do have a slight panic attack,
little PTSD.
just a little bit of BDSP. Oh, I mean PTSD.
You said the right
Yeah,
thing.
it all fits.
But yeah, it was.
I had to go pull up Twitter so I could watch this.
It is
I
amazing.
I made that video between rounds during like waiting for the rounds in the tournament. So I did not edit that well or cut it well. So it's like I think 2 minutes in you see the glitch actually happen.
Okay, cool. So I'll talk to y'all in about 2 minutes.
Sounds good. But anyway, I'm gonna say I lost that first match that first round because of that. But I also just did not play well, so it's a different story. My coffee hadn't
No,
kicked in
it's
yet.
fine. Clearly, the game's fault.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a game skill.
Yep.
It's a skill issue.
I did report it to them, like to the judges. It's like, hey, this is a thing that happened. I've not heard of this. Be ready.
Yeah.
I don't care about the score, but you guys need to know this is a thing. And sent them the video.
I am a little worried, honestly, because
Yeah.
like I saw
This is absurd.
there was a TO who said I have never sent this many people
That
to
was
Showdown.
David. That's the same
Oh, yeah.
person. Yeah. The same person I talked to.
it's like
David at
he
Victory
said
Road.
he like genuinely was just like, screw it, just play your round on Showdown to like a lot of people. He said more in that one tournament than he had in the entirety of Swish.
Yep.
So
Which is
I
baffling.
really hope that this is online stuff and not relevant to like local play, but I doubt they even bother to test local play all that much. So
I think a lot of the stuff that they had, like that David was dealing with in Victory Road in that tournament, I think was online issues, like server side issues or something, or connectivity issues.
There
right?
is no server. Like you use the server to match up with each other. Once you're connected, it's peer to peer. Like
Right.
this is just their net code being bad. If that's the case.
So hopefully they get
or the game
patched,
itself.
especially before San Diego. They have to make some changes before San Diego, like making sure you can see the Pokemon.
We'll probably get another competitive patch
Yeah.
about the new year.
Please, for the sake of all things holy, please give us something.
Just a
Bring
little
back
bit of
link cables. Like,
Yeah.
why don't we have like
Well-
gigantic bulky cables to connect our consoles anymore?
Just a USB-C to USB-C. Don't they basically do that for in-person regionals? Like, don't they have like a weird network they use?
Yeah, I kind of.
No.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you do have
But
to you have to
yes.
plug into a dock that charges your Switch,
Yep.
and it does connect to the local area network.
Yeah, there's
it's not a direct connection between your Switches, but yeah, like it's a a lot more stable that way.
I mean, yeah,
But
you're still hardwired
because
in.
It can still crash if
Yep.
If they
If
just
it's
write that
unplugged
code,
or
right?
plugged in.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was the thing that
Well, yeah,
happened.
Because you still have to set a link code to pair up with the other person.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean that still makes sense because you're still on a network.
Yeah, you were on
the
you were
network
you were
has
not
changed.
directly connected to the other console. It's
Correct.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry, I see your point. Yes. Yeah, so that was my experience. It was super fun. I haven't seen that bug
This is-
anywhere. I haven't seen that reported. So
I haven't seen this before until you
Yeah, but I
said
would say that was
this
the
is
first
absurd.
instance I've seen of it.
I'm so proud of that. I get to own that. This
Yes,
is
you do.
my bug. So, yeah, I was trying to friends, and they're like, "What the heck? This is wild." Oh, whatever.
okay. So, we've been playing Series 1 for how long? A week, maybe.
A week,
Couple
2
weeks.
2
weeks?
Couple
2
weeks.
weeks?
2 weeks.
At least
It
two,
is.
right?
It is December 11th, and it released on
A
December
week and a
1st,
half.
right?
That's
Is
how that works. That's math. A week and a
Okay.
half.
Math.
Cool. I like that. Math's okay. Yeah. So, A, just general thoughts, but B, what are your favorite like things to play now? I think we have archetypes already.
Mm-hmm.
You already said Dondozo, so
Yeah, I was
Rowan,
gonna
you
say,
should go
yeah.
first.
Okay, I just started Dondozo literally today. Like I was like having a bad time and tanked my rating, and then just like shot back up to above where I was on Dondozo. So that's why I'm currently hot on it. But before that, I've been
So-
going hard hyper offense, like the Murkrow
Hell
Golden
yeah.
Go nonsense. Like
Mhm.
I'm just gonna nuke you, and that'll be that. I was trying
I
with some
actually
crazy
I
stuff,
havenent
but
played with that.
I was doing
I've been
Scarf
playing a
Gardevoir
lot, but
plus Garchomp, actually pretty fun because you get
Really?
the telepathy on the earthquake.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've seen this quite a bit too.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
You have like Garchomp plus Murkrow, you have Garchomp plus Hydreigon. With Gardevoir, you can pair it next to like any of the Rotom forms. It's just like spam Earthquake and feel good about your life choices.
Terra Earthquake, pretty good. Clear Amulet Garchomp,
It's
also
very
pretty
good, yeah.
Yeah.
Like remember when we used to use White Herb? No, that's
Nah,
garbage
we don't need
now.
that anymore. We have Clear Amulet. We're fine.
It's really insane to me just how quickly they just like nuked one of the like just an item. Just like, yeah, White Herb no longer exists.
It exists
Like,
for Blastoise.
You just don't need
You
it.
can Shell Smash.
That's true.
I was like, yeah,
You have it for Cloyster.
because you need it for your own drops, right?
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
you're using.
Yes.
But
I
now,
was
like,
Really
Haze
hoping
is
you
so
could Clear
common
Amulet
too.
away Golden Go. Like what if like if Make It Rain
That
didn't
wouldn't help.
drop you if you were holding a Clear Amulet? I was hoping that would be the case.
That's absurd.
That'd be insane.
Dude, Make It Rain is just such an absurd
It-
attack
it is
on its
dumb.
own.
Yeah, it is. It is
Like let alone
over
on a
to-
And
base
also the
133.
name, I love it. Just saying.
So
They got a
here's the
custom
thing
showdown
about it,
animation
though.
now.
Does it really?
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed with like its in-game animation though. I expected so much more from it. It's just like, yeah, here's some explosions and some coins.
You don't like the what is it, the string cheese man
Yeah,
hip
he's like the
thrusting to make a bunch
Hawaiian
of coins?
Punch logo or something. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't really try on this design either. Like,
He's supposed to be a stack of coins, right?
yeah,
Like Sheldon and I talked briefly about this last episode. He's a stack of coins that the actual gimme ghoul is in controlling like a mech. That's my headcanon.
Yep. The gimme ghoul's
like,
hiding in the chest on the belt.
Yeah, and he's controlling it. Like that's how it works. And he's tossing his coins, which is also very dumb. It's not. That's not gimme ghoul's MO.
No.
Throwing coins, no.
the reason Tinkaton has such a garbage attack stat is because its signature move is amazing. But Golden Go has an amazing special, like an amazing move and an amazing special attack stat. Like they just weren't thinking on this one, or they were. And they just like it.
It drops your stats. That's the
By one.
By one.
Less than.
And
by,
then it's still better than Flash Cannon.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
wanna make it clear that Overheat is barely stronger on a single target move and drops by 2.
Draco
And
Meteor.
and has 90 accuracy.
Like we could list like really high base power moves that drop your stage by 2.
But
and
also,
are
it's a
less
fun
accurate.
move to use.
It is.
Like,
It's busted, and I'm gonna keep clicking.
It is
Yeah,
way
absolutely.
overtuned. Until Golden Go is just not usable anymore. Just keep spamming Make It Rain.
Yeah, how are they going to
Cool,
fix it?
so
They're not
in
going to
3
change the
years.
numbers.
No, the thing to do is to wait for Sub Legends to come out and let Chi-Yu.
Yeah,
play
let
it.
Chi-Yu just destroy it.
Yes, that's what's going to
That's
happen.
true.
So series 4, 2.
4?
I would say 2 almost.
I mean, sorry, no, 3. I can do numbers. 3 or 4.
So what's 2 then?
2 is going to be Paradox.
Just Paradox?
Oh, you
true.
think they'll do piece? Yeah, they'll definitely do a piece.
That's my theory. I was thinking about this the other day of like what the next series will be, and I was like, the dumb move will be like, all right, series 1, no Paradox, where we have now. Series 2, just the past. Series 3, just the future. Series 4, both of them. That would be dumb, and they're not going to do that.
You can't split it by versions because then it's
I know,
like, oh,
that's-
this is the month that the people who bought Violet could just get a giant middle
it
finger.
would be
like,
terrible.
Sorry guys, you don't get to play Iron Thorns this month.
Sorry.
But as bad as that is, I can see that being something that they would do.
Yeah, 100%.
the penguin is actually a monster. The
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit I got to play with
Bundle
it.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already banned. It was banned in like the first like week.
I
so
didn't
that's-
touch
yeah.
it. I didn't see it. I'm happy until I see it in the series. I'm afraid. I live in fear.
The Pokesports guys had a TikTok of it. It's just like, I don't know what this thing does. It's probably not good. And then proceeds to get like O-code 3 times by it. It's like,
Yep.
okay, this is probably a little better than we gave it credit for.
Yep, I
Iron
saw that.
Bundle is nuts.
Very good.
Okay, Harrison,
it
what
was-
is
it was a
your
quality
favorite
beam.
archetype?
Oh yeah, that was the question that we were talking about.
Yeah.
We only got derailed a little bit.
I'm the Donductor. I get us back on the rails.
You're gonna take that from Moxie. He's gonna be upset.
I am. He can fight me for it.
Okay, we'll get him on the podcast next.
Yes, there you
go.
go. Moxie's great to talk to, by the way.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Can confirm.
I'm looking.
Moxie's a good dude.
He's on my my short list of people I want to talk to.
Yeah, but that is 100% stolen from him. I'm not that original. I've also been called a Dozo Bozo today.
Dozo Bozo is
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
Don Bozo. There you go.
I'm pretty sure I think it was Aaron Trailer put out a Don Dozo team. And I think that's who I played last week on for laddering, because I stole it from Cybertron, and I'm pretty sure that's the name is Don Bozo.
Amazing. I love it. So good.
It's the Wailord I always wanted to be good.
Exactly.
Yes.
I do like that he is just a fancy whale lord. He is almost as big and good. Anywho, to answer your question, I'd also like to go hyper offensive. I spent the beginning of last week trying to build a team around hyper offense, using the dolphin, using other things. But then I remembered that I'm really bad at team building, especially for a new game that has
same.
It hasn't clicked for
I
me
feel
yet.
this.
Like I'm struggling so bad, like to do anything that I'm not like when I play a rental, I can make do, right? But like it has not clicked for me the way I wanted it to. So I'm like, I'll just go do something else.
I mean, like you got to any standards you might have had for yourself in Swish have to be like kind of relaxed now because everything's just so different, and especially team building is like all of my thoughts about like, oh, I need to balance my typings and my physical special and all that this way. People have like there was a tournament winning team that had 5 Mons weak to Fairy and like 4 week to steal, and it's like whatever. We deal with
It'll
that.
be fine.
I can just
Doesn't make
Terra away
sense
from
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll all become pretty normal eventually, but for now I'm just like I don't really know what's like smart or not to put in places.
Yeah.
I don't know what's smart, but I know it's not me.
I feel that.
But everything
Yeah.
falls into place when I steal someone who's better than me at team building. Their team.
Somebody gets it.
That is exactly what I did. I stole the Fede Campo's team from the Limitless tournament. Took that into Victory Road. That was super fun to play. It was very enjoyable.
The Cerulege one, the Cerulege Dragonite, all that.
Yes.
Yep. Bulk up Cerulege is pretty nice.
The few times I actually got like to get in the position to set up bulk up Cerulege and then just destroy it with it was
Bitterblade,
so satisfying. Bitterblade great for like its recovery and whatnot, so it's sustain. Oh, music to my ears.
So,
it's the same thing as like the bulk up Annihilate.
yeah, I was literally about to say that. I
Drain
think it's
punch people.
I think Annihilate might be like, I don't think it's a sleeper. Tons of people are using it, but I think it might be a sleeper for the best mon in the format or close to it. Like it is so
It's up
I
there.
don't
really
think
good.
people are playing it appropriately.
I think that's true.
There
I
are
think
two
that's very
sets.
true.
You
I
either
think-
go Choice Scarf, Final
Final
Gambit,
Gambit.
Final
or,
Gambit blow
or-
itself up,
yeah, or
which I think
Lefty's
is
Bulk Up.
bad.
Same.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was
Bulk
I was
Up over-
experimenting. I was experimenting with the Final Gambit, and I was like, "This feels really good to just delete one of their mons right away."
And
It
almost
feels-
so good you forget that you deleted one of yours.
It feels really bad to delete one of my mons
Yep.
right away.
So I've had it the one time that it felt really good. I like doubled into their Murkrow on turn 1 to remove it, and like they swapped out. They like close combated me, took out a KO, swapped out the next turn, and then like late game came back in and just final gambited something. I'm just like, oh, I'm really dead now. Like I'm very far behind now because I just got one shot by something I forgot existed.
Yeah, if you're up one, it's amazing. If you just don't have anything for a particular matchup, it can be amazing. If they have like, my whole strategy depends on this one mon, like Cough, Dozo, or like Trick Room or whatever, then like just deleting that at the cost of your own, it's actually pretty good sometimes.
Yep.
I think I was playing Dozo at the time, and like I was at like 3/4 HP. I'm like, I can probably take a final gambit. Proceeds to die. Like,
Yeah,
oh, got it.
it does straight HP damage, right? Like it doesn't actually do it.
And that's why they run max speed, max HP.
Yeah,
And granted, Dozo has a ton of HP, so if you're at full, you're probably not dying, but you're losing enough.
No,
that,
you're
like,
not.
Your,
You're losing a
your mega
significant
tank
chunk.
is gonna go down the next round, right?
Yep.
I think it's like 150 versus 110 base HP.
Yep.
So like you're gonna take a very solid chunk, but like if you have any kind of chip, you're probably just dead.
Correct.
Which Dozo tends to have.
What about you, Carl?
True.
What's your favorite
Oh,
archetype
yeah.
to play?
I have been playing with a lot of the weird things. I've been like, so the way I approach team building, like I don't start with the new stuff. I start with the old stuff so I can learn the mechanics of the new stuff, and then I can go and explore and write and all that fun stuff.
That sounds smart.
But my new
You
toys.
say that.
Yeah. The problem,
I do the opposite of give me my new
Yeah.
toys. Ooh.
My showdown team name was Shiny New Toys. When I was building, I was like, "Let's go have some fun."
Let's do
Open
this.
up the
Mine is
toy
a
chest.
copy of oh god IDK anymore.
yeah, exactly. 30 copy ofs and all that stuff. Yeah, but I have been goofing around with Baxcalibur a ton.
Yeah.
Been
Better than people are giving it credit
Yeah.
for, in my opinion.
It's very good.
eh,
It smashes
like
really hard.
everyone reads thermal exchange and they're like, "Oh, we should be immune to fire." And we're not. Okay, I'm just gonna hop off it. Baxcalibur does so much damage. Like you can tear it a dragon, and you're immune to burn, so you don't have to worry about that. You can run clear amulet, so you're immune to intimidate, and just run people over.
So
You-
thermal
I-
exchange does make you immune to burn.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
It makes you immune to burn, not immune to fire
Yes.
damage. Though.
okay,
Right.
okay.
And also, if you're hit by Will-O-Wisp,
doesn't.
you don't get the attack
Yeah.
boost, which is
You
stupid.
have to take damage.
Okay.
It's stupid and I hate it.
But the dragon at least means you're neutral, and yeah, if you're like you say, if you tear a
Correct,
dragon, then you resist
Exactly.
it, which is awesome. I've seen like Scarf Lava Plume next to it, which is pretty cute.
But
I was doing that like week 1. I was doing like Torkoal plus Doxbun. Just like I'm gonna lava plume, and then I'm gonna body press, and 2 things are getting deleted.
So gonna say the so like. And it also gets the benefit from the new snow, right? Which is really nice. And then it has priority ice shard. Like I've forgotten that thing has ice shard so many times because I only play it like once every like 10 to 20 games. And so like, oh, I lost a priority that I forgot existed. Like,
Yep.
I think I
clicked
clicked Glaive Rush one time in the entire time I've been playing with Excalibur. You don't have to play Glaive Rush. It's just like, it's cool that it's the signature move and it's like base 120 and just runs things over, but you don't have to play it.
It also has one of the best animations.
Oh yeah, the animation is fantastic.
I haven't seen it.
I need to,
It flips on its head and goes forward.
Yep, just
It's
okay,
dumb.
so best is in quotation marks.
Oh yes.
Okay.
This is an audio format. Sorry, best.
yes.
No, it's silly.
It's great. I love it. But yeah, it's just my favorite thing to play with right now. I literally just swapped Garchomp for Excalibur just because it's just like, oh, well, this will just answer all opposing Garchomps and I just win.
I have just been very happy with the fact that Dragonite is like finally like an A.
Oh yeah, Dragonite's great too.
Like,
Yes.
it isn't as good. Like POW being gone is definitely like a big blow to. I don't think it's S tier anymore. I think it's probably A. But like I've run Band, AV, and Life Orb now, and like all of them do pretty well for itself. Like it's nice.
Yep.
Like
They
E
all
speed is
do
amazing.
work.
There's being +2 priority when everything is redirecting is so great. It's like I don't care about your rage powder. I'm still killing you. Like
Yep, just gonna run you down.
Yeah, it's really good. So as for myself,
I was about to say,
I'm really hard
next.
to like. I'm really hard to play like one thing. It's just like it. I just play everything, and I'm very much in that wheelhouse of just like give me something, I'll play it until I understand it, and if I don't, it's just I'm going to continue to bash my head against the wall.
and now's the time to
like,
just play everything. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and that's kind of what it's been like in doing content and everything. It's just like I want to play everything that people are wanting to see right now. So it's just like I want to play with all the starters. Don Dozo's really popular. So like this next week I'm doing like Trick Room stuff with the new grass type, whatever its name is.
I know you're talking Arboliva.
Arboliva, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna spam Hyper Voice next to Instruct, and it's gonna be great.
I've seen that. It's fun to be on the wrong side of that. Super fun.
That's why we go double ghost.
Yep.
So the last like 2 days I've been playing the team that Wolf top cut the Limitless event
Mousehold.
with. Yeah, Mousehold's great.
Oh, Mousehold.
It's so freaking good.
Wide lens Mousehold has a 99% chance to hit every
It gon' get you.
So it'll hit all 10 pretty much every time.
So
yeah.
I saw someone do the math for it, and like to naturally hit all 10 is like a 30% chance, and with wide lens it takes it up to like 75% that you hit 10 times. And it's just like, this is insane. This is great. And man, when you miss, it's such a feel bad.
Oh yeah.
I bet.
Like, I took wide lens for this and it still didn't happen. But like it's still it's kind of nice though, right? It's like it's not all or nothing. It's like okay, I got unlucky, so I only did 70% of the damage. Like sometimes I kind of wish that was how every other move was, but
Yeah.
Well, the other part of that math too that Carter didn't mention is that it doesn't always hit all 10 times because it doesn't need to.
Because they're dead.
Because they're dead.
went
There's no
down.
longer a
Terra
target there.
There was a match I played while we were recording the podcast this week where Mousehold KO'd an opposing Garchomp and also KO'd itself.
the rough skin
Rough
interaction.
skin.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, cool. We traded, but man, that doesn't feel good.
So you brought up Trick Room. So the other another big bit of news there is that the Trick Room in DD is legal. I think they
Yes.
we've had
Yes,
actual
that is
TOs
official.
confirm
That is
that.
confirmed. Yep.
I think that obviously it's again not a sleeper. Everybody's been using it, but Indeedee plus Armor Rouge is actually a real problem, especially with all the items they've added in and Terra. Like you think, okay, I can earthquake you. No, they're gonna Terra Grass. Oh, I can spore you again. No, they can Terra Grass.
Terra Grass, yeah.
They can like, okay, but Indeedee sets the Trick Room. You're gonna do other spread on me? No, I'm gonna wide guard you while Indeedee sets up Trick Room. Like, it's really, really difficult to deal with. And like, if it Terra Grasses, it's still immune to fire because of Flash Fire. You didn't just do nothing; you made it stronger. Like,
exactly.
It obviously has counters, and one of those is just to stall it out. But like, Snarl doesn't actually do anything if it's holding a Covert Cloak, because that negates secondary effects. You can't even lower its special attack that way. This thing is really, really strong, and the only downside to it is that it's kind of flowcharty, and like open team sheets will make it more flowcharty, but like there's no like straight up counter this Mon button, and I kind of wish there was.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, I mean, I think the general consensus is probably a bug that Pokemon shouldn't be in there, so they had to change the rules because it is a legal way to obtain a Pokemon that seems like it could exist.
All you have to do is send out a new rule set like they did a million times for Swish that disallows this Mon with this move. They're not even doing battle ready marks anymore, so like
oh, that's a good point. Yeah. But like the online checker doesn't even get it or anything, so like it's funky. It's an issue with how Indeedee works, male and female, right?
We also don't need a battle ready mark at this point, because the only way to obtain Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet is through Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, no, I think they confirmed though that when you transfer them on from home, they're just gonna auto battle ready them. You're gonna lose all the moves; they'll be reset to the default.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, sure.
Them, yeah.
That doesn't account for this.
But that doesn't account for the stuff already in the game of obtained through bugs like this, right?
Indeed.
So yeah. And
Makes
where's my
wonder...
Hydro Pump Excalibur, or Excalibur? Wow. Where
my sword does Hydro Pump.
It's been a long few weeks.
Yeah,
it has been. But yeah, that's wild. I think I would hope that they fix it, but at this point, probably
it's part of the rules now. Like, you better prep for it.
Well, they'd have to change that, which is why I think they won't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, c'est la vie.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of where I'm at. It's just like, all right, cool. It's another thing you had to learn to play around. It feels a lot like Indeedee Hatterene did there forever. Just like, how do you beat this? How do you prevent Trick Room from going up in this situation?
Indeedee Hatterene
the correct
did
answer
not
is
have Wide Guard or Trick Room.
That's very true.
Or immunity to eruption.
The solution there was KO both of them and not worry about it.
Yeah.
The solution here is good luck.
Yeah.
Well, but there will be something, right?
Yeah.
Like, or hopefully.
I mean, obviously, yes.
But like, someone smart will figure it out, and then it'll spread on the internet, and then it won't be as big of a deal.
I mean, it's
but
not dominating tournaments. It's clearly not
Yeah.
overpowered. I just don't like it, and it's made a
It
already
just
powerful
shouldn't
strategy
exist.
stronger.
That's all. It
we
shouldn't
can-
exist.
As the guy who's been playing it, it's really good.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? T-Tar, Garchomp, Rock Slide, and Prey. The end.
Yep.
No, that's a lie, because
Wide Guard.
will protect you from that too. And Wide Guard. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that doesn't
Sorry,
answer.
Rowan, you tried, buddy.
Because I think one of my matches, or I forget if it was Showdown or in the tournament, but like I tried freaking Make It Rain. I'm like, oh yeah, Wide Guard is a thing that does not
Even
help
if they
me
don't
in a
Wide Guard,
situation.
it's Fire type. It doesn't even care about Make It Rain.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, to try and get rid of the Indeedee, thinking that's gonna set it. Oh no, it's gonna be the Armory. And the fact that they both get it is part of the problem too. So.
And don't worry, because Indeedee will probably have Psychic Seed and it'll live. Indeedee with a Psychic Seed takes a Life Orb, Modest, Dark Pulse from Hydreigon, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't like that.
Yep.
With no special defense investment.
The
Yeah,
bulk is real.
There's a lot of options there. For what it could
I've been
possibly
using
do.
Ice Spinner to get rid of it, actually. And like, my favorite thing for it so far has been Volcarona Quiver Dance and screens. So you're like, fine, you can set your Trick Room. I'm going to set Light Screen. I'm going to Quiver Dance.
I'm going to set up in front of you.
Yeah,
and that might be just what it takes. Is like, you're going to do your thing. I'm going to do my thing, and we'll see where we go.
That could be better.
The amount of times where I've played, it's just like, the correct line here is to just go for this setup move and then like just sweep. Like, setup is not something you saw a lot of in Sword and Shield, and it feels really good to be able to click Sword Stance again. It feels really good to click Dragon
Of course,
Dance.
you better be careful clicking your setup because if they just click expanding force, you might just die.
You might get deleted.
I mean,
But
that's
in
very
general,
true.
in general, though, it's
Yeah,
just
like
more prominent.
in general, it's just like,
No,
and
man,
I'm still not used to it. It doesn't feel right that I can't click
it's a
that
massive
move.
skill to determine like, okay, it's
Yeah.
safe for me to do this right now, or like
It is.
I think
Yeah.
they're gonna protect, and so I'm gonna do this now.
Yeah, it's
it feels
fun.
great to click Dragon Dance on Gyarados.
I bet it does.
It never gets old, man. It's so good every time.
I've been enjoying substitute lefties on Dozo.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
You're a monster.
Nah,
like,
that's the best set.
You can't spore me. You can't.
Best set.
It depends
And
on
then you
what side of the
protect
set
every
you're
other
on.
turn, and then you get all your health back too.
Yep.
Yeah. That is disgusting.
It's great.
It's
You need to
fantastic,
try
though.
it.
So I have not played like when we were looking at leaks when the game first came out, when we knew the Pokemon and Pokedex. The two Pokemon that I was super excited for are the Dolphin, because that just sounds fun. It's a cool concept, and then also Tatsugiri and Dondozo because it sounds fun. It's a cool concept, and I love sushi. So like I was excited for it, and I haven't played Dondozo. I haven't played Tatsugiri yet. I haven't done any of that stuff. And Rowan is on the Dondozo train. Sheldon's on the Dondozo train.
Sheldon was talking so much trash on Dondozo for,
And then he
for
played
a
it.
while. And then he was like,
I-
"Oh wait, this is Cole."
I called him out on that. I was like, I told you it was gonna be good, and you're like, and he's like, yeah, it is now that I've played it, and I'm like, boy,
I ran into Sheldon on the Showdown ladder.
Nice.
And I think I was playing Dondozo at the time. And then I proceeded to get completely trashed. So.
Well, you probably. There are some teams you fight and they're like, "Oh, you have Meowscarada and Murkrow and something like
You have
really
this
powerful special
and
attack." And I
this
was like,
and
"You're here to specifically clown on the whale, and that's why I'm not bringing it this game."
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there was a match I played this week. It's like I have Screens Grimmsnarl, I have Murkrow, I have Will-O-Wisp Arcanine. Just like you got it, you win. I wasn't winning this. I understand.
But you know what deletes Meowscarada is Terra Normal E-Speed. So
Kabop.
yep, yes, it does.
Bop 'em.
Terra Dragon order up as well.
yeah,
Fair point.
yeah. But yeah, like, Dozo's another example of like I think it gets stronger and weaker with the open team sheets, right? Because like you either like if they go Steel and you were depending on Amoonguss or like all kinds of stuff, like it's I don't know, it's going to be hard to play
It'll be
really well when
interesting.
your opponent knows.
It's also really interesting that you can just immediately go, "Yep, they don't have an answer for this. I just win."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
That's
excited
the big
for.
thing.
I'm excited for you to go to San Diego, and then tell us how it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get coaching. I've got my first lesson set up this week, so I'm
Awesome.
like, not taking any
Ooh.
chances. I need to have
With
like
Get 'em.
who?
go with Paul Ruiz again. He's I wasn't sure because I think he had his first kid like semi recently, so I wasn't
Oh,
sure
cool.
if he was gonna like be taking the time, but clearly is. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Like I'm kind of a flowcharty player, like. And I like if I'm really taking it seriously, I want to know all the threats and like
Yep.
the leads and alternate leads and all that for it. And this is going to make that a million times easier. Like that was why I did well in Series 12 because like there were only so many teams you could play and you could come up with a game plan for all of them.
Exactly.
That's very true. Yeah, let me know how that is because I want to try coaching. I think I still have a free code from Metafy about that too.
Those
so-
expire like in a day and then you get a new one in a couple of weeks. So I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Ah, okay, cool.
Well, there you go.
Whatever. Works for me.
Like, just check your email multiple times. You'll get a code eventually.
That's okay. It was from a Twitter thing like
Okay.
7 months ago.
You'll just always get emails like just from some guy named Josh. He's like, "Hey, I decided that all our marketing will be signed with our CEO's first name, and Josh really wants you to have this free lesson." So
Here you
I'm
go.
sure that's real.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks, Josh. Okay. We've been going on we're over an hour.
it's been over an hour. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and it does not feel like it. Actually, it doesn't feel like it because we normally start recording right about now. That's
See,
why.
Counterpoint, I'm usually going to bed.
Oh, so you are exhausted.
Yeah, I worked 11 hours today, so
I don't envy you.
We can cut this off whenever.
Just done.
No,
End of
I'm
episode.
good. I still just have dinner to go cook. It's fine. I'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Okay, well then we're not gonna.
I literally walked in, sat down, and we started recording.
Oh, I misunderstood your text in Discord then, because I thought you're like, oh, I'm picking I thought you're picking something up like to eat either on the way.
No,
or, like,
I
to
was
drop
picking
off.
up stuff to make dinner.
Groceries.
Yes.
I
Yes.
see. All right, well then.
I end my day at Walmart, so it's just really convenient just to go, hey, what are we doing for dinner? Okay, I got it.
Pick it up, walk out the door.
Oh.
That's
Fair
what
enough, then.
non-degenerates do, which is actually cook their food. So
Okay, to be fair, I just cooked food before this and ate it and all that fun stuff, and I'm just rubbing it into Carter's face right now. So let's
Thanks,
finish this
appreciate
up.
the food is so good. Really, just satisfied my hunger. Like,
I am such a
fully,
good
I'd say.
cook that any food that I make is just so satisfying, and it really gives me the fuel to make good
You know what? I don't even
podcasts.
want to listen to you all right now.
Whips the earbud out. Done.
You
Done with
wanna-
it.
you want to plug your stuff?
Yeah, well, yeah. Anything else y'all want to talk about real quick, or we're gonna let Carter go real fast? But I don't want to necessarily cut us all off for Carter's sake. Okay.
Yeah, just because I'm physically drained, exhausted, and hungry doesn't mean the rest of you are.
Right.
Carl, you don't do the outro. Why don't you do it?
Oh goodness.
Ooh.
I don't ever do outros. I did do the outro one time because you weren't here. I remember
The
doing that.
one episode I've missed in
Yep.
3 years.
But yeah, we are super excited to be on here because we don't get to do a whole lot of collabs, and it was great being on here to help and talk with all y'all. We're Littleroot Lessons. We do VGC content on YouTube. We now have a TikTok. That's Carter's big old pet project now.
I have one video up
Yes,
there. It's
he has
great.
one video. I don't remember the stats for it or anything, but he had this idea.
It's done really well. It's done really, really well.
And as long as he keeps up on it, it'll be great. I don't know what the name for that is because Carter's the one who runs that one.
It's because Carter's the one that does the outros.
Yes. Also,
I'm just hanging out,
it's only
chilling.
like a couple days old too. So
Yeah, I actually don't know it off the top of my head either. Hold that thought.
I think it's just Littleroot Lessons out on TikTok. It's
That
just
sounds
I'm
Littleroot
sure
Lessons.
you can. I'm sure that's how SEO works at the very least.
Yeah.
We'll plug it in the description of this one anyway.
Yeah,
Cool, perfect.
send me. Actually,
I'll send you the link, and then it'll make it your problem.
Yeah.
send me all the links, and I'll put
Yeah.
it in the description of the episode.
Besides the new TikTok thing, like YouTube's the big place. We once in a while are on Twitch, but it's hardly ever. Working adult life means that we don't get to stream as much as we want to. So,
That's true. Yes.
but if you ever want to find our content, Anchor, Spotify, Pandora, or all of our podcasts, pretty much all over the place. If it hosts podcasts, we're on there at some shape or capacity. I think we're one of the only Pokemon podcasts on Pandora, which is
Interesting.
Pandora, yeah.
which is a
All
big
right.
which is a big thing.
I will have to.
I worked really
join
hard
your
to get
ranks.
us on there. There's it's like a big old application process. It's easy.
Never mind.
Once you get it going, because it's just like, hey, you're on there, have fun, and it's just you just got to get once you get it started, the process is easy.
Yep.
But
It's just getting to that point. It's just like getting partner on Discord. The application process is hella, and then
Are y'all actually
you just
partner
get
on
an email.
Discord?
no, we tried.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say like I
we
didn't-
sent our first application 3 months ago, I think 4 months ago.
So it's about time because you can only do it like every 3 months. So it's probably about time I send that application back and be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, are we good enough now?"
poke, please
Hey.
give us.
Pay attention.
Did you all know you can have like Discord subscribers now?
Yes. Yes.
I'm still
Yeah,
like I'm
I
still
haven't looked
baffled
into
at
it
that.
at all.
I saw it, like it just came up on Discord. I think on my phone. I looked it up. I was like, oh, you can make money. What the heck? Okay, whatever. I'll do that later.
Yeah,
It's
it almost
wild
still-
to
Yeah,
me.
it just came up shortly, like this past week, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah. I was confused. Anyway, so I think in all of that we did discuss where we can find you
Yeah.
and covered all the bases. At the very least, all the stuff we down in the description below. If you search Littleroot Lessons on the Googles, I'm certain you'll find them.
Yep.
And they're established, so they're like in a lot of places. I've been threatening to get this podcast on more than just Anchor and Spotify and YouTube, but
Threatening.
I've haven't done. It's not a promise. I haven't done it yet. I've been threatening. I keep meaning to.
I don't know
but
what
then
it
I do
is.
other things.
We got grandfathered in through Anchor when Spotify bought Anchor, so a lot of the places that Anchor had put us out, we're still out there. They're not really any like crazy big names. So I think there's like Breaker and some other smaller like podcast hosting sites.
Oh, I see.
I'm not sure if
Are we
Anchor.
on Audible? Is that a thing?
No. I would be. That's the book.
Is that books?
That's the book.
Look, I don't know these things, man.
Okay.
Do they?
I don't think
know.
so. But Anchor
It's a
used to
race
do all
to be
that
the
stuff
first
for
Pokemon
us.
podcast on Audible.
There you go. Okay, we figured that out. Carter, find out if we can. We'll get an application.
Yeah, Audible has podcasts.
Okay,
Oh.
we'll get an application
All right, so you can find Littleroot Lessons on Audible
soon, hopefully.
by the time this episode comes out. I don't know. That's true. or not,
We'll
but
see.
if
Today
there's
I
an
learned.
Audible link down below for Littleroot Lessons, you'll know that they did
You're
it,
going to be the first Audible listener.
and they gave it to me in time. That's how that's going to work out. Anyway, where's my outro? I do this every week. I don't remember what it is half the time.
Same. Mine's not written down. I do mine from memory.
So early on, Rowan gave me a lot of crap for messing up the outro. So then I wrote it down, and then I proceeded to still mess it up. Anywho, so again, thank you y'all for showing
Of course,
up. It's
man.
been
This has been a
such
blast.
a pleasure, so much fun. If you want to collab again for something, let us know.
For sure.
It was super fun to do like the draft league with y'all over the last, I don't know, like 17,000 months it felt like. And I know for you guys it was longer.
Oh yeah.
No, I didn't do anything. I just, hey, who wants to play this week? Cool. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
And
He got the fun part.
well, that's fair. So Carl did all the work.
Yeah, Carl
was
does
really
all the
long
work.
for
I just
him.
hang out. I'm the pretty face.
Yeah.
Hey, someone's got to be, and it ain't us or Carl, whatever. I'm not pretty anyway. So that's why I have these two. I have Rowan and Sheldon on the podcast because they're prettier and they're better at Pokemon than me. I'm just here to do other things, I guess.
I don't know how we survive because
you go.
it's not off of my good looks and it's not off my playing style. So
It's the oozing charisma.
Yeah.
What are we
where
talking
does
about?
that start?
Let the man do his outro, Carter.
We'll try and figure
That's
that out.
fair.
Yeah,
I'm hungry. Hurry up.
you're holding us up and you want to go eat. Next week, hopefully, the three of us, not these two with us now, but me, Rowan, and Sheldon, will be together for a podcast once again. We'll probably be talking at least through the spoiler story stuff that we haven't had a chance to talk about since the game came out, and we've all finished the game finally. Other stuff that comes up, and we'll go from there. Thank you to Game Chops and RobKTA for the use of our theme song, Goldenrod Game.
Oh, you almost had it.
Oh, man.
Almost.
Get some water?
I was almost impressed for half a second.
Yeah, don't be. Thank you to Game Chops and RobKTA for the use of our theme song, Goldenrod Game Corner off the Ultraball album. It is actually written wrong on my cheat sheet, and I read it right every week except this one. I've been Harrison.
I believe Blame the cheat sheet.
Well, no.
He wrote the cheat sheets.
I did write it. It's all comes back to me. I've been Harrison. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Ixen. I'll eventually get back to streaming, maybe with my new job schedule. Who knows?
Feel that.
And Rowan, where can people find you?
I've been Rowan. You can find me on Twitter, Rowan W Hall, YouTube, Rowan Hall. I haven't been able to put out any Scarlet and Violet content because I've been out of town, like I've said like 30 times this episode, but the plan is to do some stuff with rental teams, and then maybe one day I can actually build my own, but maybe.
Rowan, if you go back and listen to last week's episode, stop before the outro, please, because Sheldon and I embarrassed ourselves terribly giving your plugs.
You really just convinced me to go. I wasn't sure if I was going to watch it, I'll be real with you, but now I am.
Okay, you should definitely.
See, I have something to go listen to now.
Sheldon's information is down below. I'm not going to say where you can find him because of last week, but you can find him at Captain Unova on Twitch and Twitter. And he might stream, who knows. And together, we have been the Game Corner plus Littleroot Lessons. You can find us at Twitter at Game Corner VGC. You can find us in Discord in the link down below. You can find us on YouTube and Spotify, wherever you listen to this now. And the other one is also in the links below, because why not? I only have 2, because I haven't put them on other places yet. And then, again, Littleroot Lessons, Google them, find them in all the places and things. They're awesome. Give them a listen. And until next time, press start and game on. Bye! Everyone wave bye. Thank you. Gosh.
Once upon a time we were going to do other games besides Pokemon, and that died very quickly.
So I have a friend of mine who gives me so much crap about that. At any opportunity, he's like, you guys do other video games? Like, I've talked about other video games.
Sometimes. Like, hey, maybe you should stop playing other video games. Have you thought about that?
You don't have time for other games.
I don't.
Who does,
I
really?
love so many games.
I really don't.
And I want to play all of them. Like Splatoon has new stuff, and I haven't played that yet. Mario Kart DLC came out. I haven't played that yet. So, but I played a lot of Pokemon and done work and stuff.
The Walmart I finished my day at, they had a PS5 for the first time in like 6 months, and I had to convince myself not to buy it.
Don't buy it. PS5's not worth it. Oh, I have one.
I just want to play God of War.
Okay, never mind. It's totally worth it. You should get it.
You can just watch someone play God of War, and it's the same experience.
It's
That's
just
probably
a movie.
true. There's only like 3 good games on PlayStation.
Legitimately, it's like God of War, God of War 2, and Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's on Steam, so that's not even
Spider-Man's
exclusive
on
anymore.
Steam.
God of War is also on Steam.
Well, but so I was gonna say Horizon, which is also on Steam, but Horizon's the second one is at least on only on PS5, and then the Ragnarok is only on PS5. So you have to get it for those. And I have no idea if there's any sort of like save file benefits, but I don't know. Anyway, Thank you so much for my the stuff I'll put at the end of the episode after the outro. All of this, I'm still recording.
No problem.
Yeah.